Welcome to the Be Your Best Self blog by Marcia Abbott. You are right. Can you create your own destiny? Have you ever thought about that? I believe you can, but sometimes it's not always a good thing. This year was the first year my daughter's volleyball team decided to play club, and it was quite the experience. They had to really push themselves harder than ever before, as they were definitely up against some pretty tough teams. By the time they got to their last tournament of the year, they were really looking like a strong team. And the first two games that day, they played almost flawlessly. Looking at them during those games, I could see the confidence. Their teamwork was second to none, and they looked like they had been playing club volleyball together their entire life. I am certain that nobody in the crowd would have guessed that it was only their first season together. And in that moment, I was so proud of how far they had come. And then they entered their third game of the day. Now, this game was going to be played against one of the hardest competitors at the tournament that weekend. And our girls, well, they knew it. Before they even got lined up for the first set, they knew that this team was going to be hard to beat. You can just see the fear in their eyes. And I could also tell that they were certain in that moment that this team was better than them. So you can probably imagine what happened next. Yep, you guessed it. They played a terrible game. Those girls played like they knew they were going to lose, and that is exactly what happened. It was a totally different team than what we saw earlier that day. And why? Because the girls decided right then and there to create their own destiny. They decided to succumb to the fact that they were just not good enough before that first volleyball was even served. So it got me thinking as I saw them get creamed against a team that they probably could have beaten. How often do all of us do this exact same thing? How many of us do this to ourselves in our own life? How many times do we self-destruct all on our own? How often do we seal our fate simply by the thoughts running through our mind? If I had to guess, I bet it happens more often than we even realize. Think about the last time you tried to lose weight or to eat healthier, or the last time you wanted to apply for a promotion or start a new business. When those moments happened in life, do you really believe in yourself and your abilities? Or do you self-destruct mentally before the cards are even dealt, before the game is even played? My brother always reminded me of this when he regularly shares these next words with our children. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you are right. And when I reflect on those words, only one thing stands out. He is so right. Because while it may seem that we are so fortunate to have the power to make our own choices and work hard to create our own fate, our own destiny, there is a downside. We, unfortunately, sometimes do have the power to make our own choices and create our own destiny. It can be the best thing to happen in our life, or it can be the worst thing to happen in our life. Ultimately, that's going to be up to you and the thoughts you choose to have about yourself and your abilities. Only you have the power, and it's up to you how you will use it. It's up to you to believe in yourself, to believe in you. So can you create your own destiny? I believe you can, because when it comes to you working hard to create the life you want or to achieve the goals you desire, I really do believe it will end up being just like my brother always reminds me of. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you will be absolutely right. I hope you will always believe that you absolutely can. For those of you struggling with something in life, or if you have a topic of interest that you want me to talk about in this blog, email me at beyourbestselfblog@gmail.com. Let's work together to be our very best selves. Click below on the subscribe button for my weekly updates.